Hello everyone, this is Starman, and welcome to Let's Play Maniac Mansion. Now, I'm very glad to be doing this particular game because Maniac Mansion has a very special place in my heart as a gamer. I originally played the version that got released for the old 8-bit Nintendo system back in the day, and then I enjoyed it so much that I found a copy of the PC version at my local game shop. Bought it, and that led me into the sordid world of PC adventure gaming, and I've been a devout PC gamer ever since then. And Maniac Mansion is an important game historically. It was one of the first PC adventure games to be adapted for Nintendo, or any console for that matter. It was also one of the first adventure games to feature full cutscenes like a movie. It was done in a cinematic fashion, which tried to tell a story beyond Knight rescues princess and so on. It has simplified interface. It was the first point-and-click adventure game, which became very important later on. Previously, you had to type in all your commands to have anything done. It had a great sense of humor, it had an amazing story, it was a tribute to Scooby-Doo, Rocky Horror, all of the old B-movies where you have the group of teenagers or college students going up to the spooky mansion to fight the local mad scientist or what have you. It had a bit of a nod to the Addams Family with the I guess antagonists, the Edisons, although they're not completely antagonistic. But, you know, it's a great little game, and with the re-release of Day of the Tentacle recently, which was the sequel to Maniac Mansion, if you go into, and I showed this in my Let's Play for Day of the Tentacle, you can actually play the original Maniac Mansion inside the Day of the Tentacle game, which is how we're doing this. This particular version of the game is the 16-color update. Yes, they were doing reboots even back in the 90s, where they took the really cheap graphics, and now we have the, well, pretty impressive by 1992 standards graphics here. But let's go ahead and get started. Now, I will probably play through this more than once, because another neat thing about this game was that it was one of the first ones that let you pick different characters, and each of the characters who you put in your party determine what abilities you have. Now, for this, let's run through the characters really quickly. We have Dave, Sandy's boyfriend, organizer of the rescue effort. Unfortunately, Dave does not have any special skills or abilities because, you know, he's the leader, he's management. So, you have to have Dave in your party. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any skills to help you win the game. So then we've got Sid, an aspiring musician trying to start his own new wave band. Then we have Michael, the award-winning photographer for the college newspaper. Wendy wants to be a famous novelist and is waiting for her big break. Bernard, who you'll remember if you've watched my Day of the Tentacle playthrough, he's the main character in that one, or the leader of the group of teens in that one. Bernard, and he gets that astonished face when you select him, like, "Oh, don't pick me!" Bernard, president of the physics club and winner of the college's Geek Award. Then we got Razor, lead singer for the punk band Razor and the Scumettes. And then we have Jeff, usually hangs out on the beach, responds to the name Surfer Dude. Now, for this playthrough, we're going to go with Bernard and Razor, because they were my favorite team playing through this game. And you can pick different ones, and it'll change how you approach it. Probably next time we will do Wendy and Michael, because Sid is a carbon copy of Razor. He's got all the same abilities as her. And Jeff, well, Jeff's nearly as bad as Dave. He can only do one thing, and it can't help you win the game, so we're not going to bother with Jeff either. Sorry, Surf Dude. Anyway, let's start. 20 years ago today. Yep, that's Lucasfilm, as in George Lucas. This was made by the same people, or people working for the same people responsible for Star Wars. And Maniac Mansion was the game that put them on the map and turned them into serious contenders, along with, well, not serious contenders, for the best game company around, and the main rivals of Sierra Online, who I'll get around to playing some of their games someday. But if you're interested in Sierra, you should check out my friend Jeff Hillary's Let's Play channel, because he's playing through a lot of the classic Sierra games. Okay, this looks like the old mansion. I'm sure I saw Dr. Fred take Sandy here. It's up to us to get her out. This could be real dangerous. If anybody wants to back out... Okay, I'm out of here. Bernard, don't be a tune ahead. Yeah, this is the censored version as well. It's Sandy we're talking about. Okay, I heard Dr. Fred was kind of cute. Okay, let's go rescue Sandy. And yeah, you'll note, I can't help but wonder if this is an intentional tribute on his part, but have you noticed that Bernard in this looks kind of like the angry video game nerd? Obviously, the angry video game nerd would be a tribute to Bernard, not the other way around, but yeah, gigantic moon here, which we cannot walk toward, but we'll go ahead and stick with Dave for the moment. So yeah, we have our little interface down here. This was common to all of the LucasArts games. And then we got turn on, turn off, fix, unlock. We can switch kids from here. Use, walk to, pick up what is sign. Yeah, this lets you figure out which items you can in fact click on. You can't click on your allies, so we'll go ahead and read the sign. Warning! Trespassers will be horribly mutilated. Well, good to know. So let's go and walk here, and yeah, there isn't just a simple look at command on this, unfortunately, but you'll note we got a grate here behind the bushes. Let's go ahead and push the, yeah, push. We can't push the bushes. Can we pull the bushes? Can we pick up the bushes? And we did actually pick up the bushes. Now we've got this grating. Can we open the grating? Can't budge it. It's rusted shut. And then over here, you'll note that we have mailbox. And let's just make sure, is there anything in the mailbox? Okay, there's nothing to read on it. There is nothing in the mailbox. So now here we have the door into the mansion. Unfortunately, Dr. Fred does not just keep his front door unlocked. So how do we get in? Well, we're adventure gamers. We go with the obvious solution. So, and we'll go ahead and pull on the doormat, and there we have a key. So we'll pick up the key, and then use the key on the front door, and there we are. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to Razor real quick. And we're going to go have her stand watch here for reasons that will become apparent later. Well, we'll go ahead and move Dave in here. I don't know if you can hear that faint clicking, but we do have that little sound effect of the grandfather clock. Can we open the grandfather clock? Doesn't seem to open. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick little cursory glance at everything. Now, there we got a flashlight on the counter. Would have been nice if they just had pick up instead of get. And yeah, we already know you have a Maniac mansion here because we've got a chainsaw, blood caked on the walls. And we don't want to walk too far to the right because... well, we triggered it, but there's Nurse Edna, who just caught us. How silly of me! I should have tied you to my bed! Yeah, you can see why this game got censored somewhat for the Nintendo version. Okay, so we will not be able to do anything with Dave for the moment. Thankfully, that's what the other kids are for. So we'll go ahead and switch to Bernard, and this will probably be a bit more funny because certain characters do have certain abilities and certain talents that the other kids don't. Thankfully, Edna... and here comes our cutscene. Well, my dear, I hope you're having fun. Within minutes, it will all be over. You'll be getting hooked up to my machine, getting your pretty little brains sucked out. Well, it looks like it already happened. She looks like a blow-up doll. You'll never get away with this. Yes, that's my Valley Girl voice. Dave and his friends will, totally save me in junk. You and your meteor can eat slime? That's what she thinks! Help, 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 help! Okay, so now that we've distracted Edna, we can go into the kitchen undisturbed, I think. So we'll go and open the fridge, see what's in here, and, well, quite a bit in there. So we'll go and pick up the cheese, pick up the old batteries, pick up the lettuce. Okay, I can't pick up the fridge, but I can pick up the Pepsi. I'll pick up the bottles of ketchup. Yeah, that's not blood, it's ketchup. And pick up the... I do not want the fridge, I want the Pepsi. Okay, so we've got that. We can now close that. And we'll go ahead and check out the pantry over here. And we have this very long dining room table. Go ahead and pick up the rotting turkey, the week-old roast. We cannot do anything with that gravy stain or that gravy stain. But we do have... Let's see, can we open this door? We cannot open this door. What do we have here? Tentacle chow. Canned goods. Gee, I'm hungry. Yes, this would be Weird Ed. He is Nurse Edna and Dr. Fred's son. So we'll pick up that glass jar. We will pick up the fruit drinks. And we have a grate here. And a bottle of developing fluid, but that's kind of up high, so we try and pick it up, and yeah, it breaks through the grate. Nice one, Bernard. But can we open the grate to go down there? Dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Where's the cheese? Okay, so we did manage to avoid running into him, and yeah, we can't open because yuck, broken glass. Now, like I said, certain characters do have certain abilities and talents and weaknesses, and one of Bernard's weaknesses is that, well, he is your typical wimpy nerd. So there are certain things he will not do. You know, he won't be able to do anything that requires heavy lifting, or what he considers heavy lifting. And we have the basement door right there. And of course, it's a secret passageway to open the door with no handle, but we can't run there in time, so we need to find somebody else to hold that open. And let's see, an old-fashioned radio. Now this is actually right up Bernard's alley, because one of the things Bernard can do, even though he is a wimp, is he can mess around with the electronics. And other characters will refuse to mess around with electronics because they don't know what they're doing. Bernard will totally take apart a radio and take parts out on the grounds that he might be able to do something with it later. And you'll see we've got a cassette player here. And a nice chandelier which has a key. Unfortunately, we can't reach it because it is too high up. Yeah, I can't reach it. And this is one of the other little challenges in the game, is that there will be points where you won't be able to see where you're going at first. So, thankfully, we have the what is to find the lamp, and turn on lamp. And very nice library. Unfortunately, it does not look like we can select any of the books, but we can read this sign. Staircase out of order. So we don't know what's in here, but we do have a phone. Hey, here's an idea. Let's use the phone and call the police. That doesn't seem to work. The phone seems to be broken. Okay. Well, not much else to do here then, apart from, let's see, use the chair. I can't use the chair, but there's a loose panel. Can I use the loose panel? Okay, can we pull on the loose panel? We can. We have a cassette tape. Why we have the cassette tape behind the secret passage, I have no idea, but there it is. So you can see how, by the standards of late 80s gaming, how revolutionary this was. I mean, we're just one generation beyond Pong at this point, and here we have clearly defined characters, we've got a plot, we have an environment we can explore, we have, you know, this mouse that lets us click on things and look at things, and okay, well here we've got a painting room, and we've got some paint remover, got a paintbrush, bowl of wax fruit, and you've got this weird little slime trail thing here. I'm not going to touch that slime. So yeah, apparently somebody was trying to do a painting of something purple and slimy in here and round. And over here on this side of the landing, well, it appears to be a music room of some type. I can't play that thing, but I'll bet that Razor can. Can we pick up the vase? I'd better not. It's obviously a valuable antique. And we got more bloody handprints on the wall. We've got a record here. What's the record say? Sound effects record. Well, what the heck? We'll take anything. And turn on the TV. Why not? I mean, it's not like we're in a life or death struggle to save a friend here. Hi, all you budding writers, musicians, and game designers. I'm Mark Eater, and my company will publish anything. Just mail it to the address shown below, 222 Skyscraper Way. Don't forget the stamp. You know, I think that might just be a blatant clue. Okay, so we've got a Victrola, you know, an old-fashioned record player, and a cassette recorder, so we could record stuff if we had things being played. Now, there would be something fun to show here, but unfortunately playing this in the Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle game like we are, there isn't really a save function as such. You just get an occasional flash when the game automatically saves itself. There's one gag I want to show you all real quick. And we'll do that. Got some nice little art items here. Read the plaque on the statue. And I do not, I think I know just enough French to know what that said. Okay, there's a little save icon, but I think that means, I'm not sure about this, if found, please return to the Louvre, post-pay. Yeah, I think that means, you know, post-paid. But you'll note that we have this big security door here. Well, the reason why there's this big security door here is that this game originally came out back in the day when there was a thing called copyright protection. Because it was ludicrously easy back when games were on 5 1/4 and 3 1/2 floppy disks to take a game and copy it. So in order to keep people from buying a game and then copying it for all of their friends, of course that's still done today through ludicrously complicated pirating methods. Back then it was a lot easier as long as you had the right disk drives. In order to prevent that, the game publishers would put something into the game where you had to type in a code to get through the game. In this case, you had to type in a security code in order to open the door. Now, one of the funnier things in this is that Bernard, being who he is, and apparently they removed this for this cut of the game because trying to close the door is not doing anything. But it used to be that if you were playing as Bernard and you tried to read the sign on the security door or mess with the controls for the security door, he would trigger the self-destruct of the mansion. Now apparently they removed that from this version of the game so Bernard cannot accidentally blow things up, which is a shame because I thought those were hilarious. And yeah, we see a picture of some distant Edison wearing a Napoleon hat because they're mad. Mad, I say, mad! Okay, but let's see. Where is light switch, blackboard, door, medical chart, desk lamp. Turn on the desk lamp. Okay, so this appears to be Dr. Fred's office. Docs R Us diploma. Degree for mummifying and bandaging. Mail a med diploma. Presented to Dr. Fred. And got some kind of a blackboard here. It looks like the formula is describing the structure of a meteor. Let's see, anything in the desk? That's strange. What's strange? Another cutscene. Daddy's been acting very strangely ever since his secret project in the lab. Yeah, so? Well, Mommy, I'm worried about him. He hasn't been at dinner in 5 years. Yeah, so? And he's been bringing those bodies down into the basement late at night. What's your point, Ed? I'm a very busy lady. Never mind. Okay, so let's open the desk once again. And it looks like there's a manuscript. It looks like someone's memoir, but the writing is terrible. It's written by a meteor? How strange. Yes, and this is one of the ways that you can win the game, but you need somebody who is actually a good writer to take the manuscript and fix it, which unfortunately does not include Bernard. And let's see. Read the medical chart. Yuck, that's disgusting. And this is the nerd saying that. So we got a real skeleton. Ooh, that's scary. A medical cabinet, which it must require a special key. Well, we do not have a special key. And then behind this door, well, it's a video arcade. Let's see, we got an air hockey table. Can we use the air hockey table? This game's broken. And nice little shout out here. Zach McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders. What a great game. Yeah, cheesy plug there. I never did figure out what to do with the can of gas on Mars. And a little in-joke there as well, because Zach McCracken and Alien Mindbenders was the second adventure game that LucasArts made. It's fun in its own way. It's different from Maniac Mansion. But it is the same sort of point-and-click genre story, although it hasn't aged well because, well, it's set in the historic, far future of 1998. But it's a fun little game. I might, if I can figure out a way to run it on a new-gen system, I will, and track down my old copy of it. I'll probably give that one a whirl. But it's a fun little game, and one of the gags in it is that there is a can of gas. And, you try and use things, you try and pick up the can of gas, and the character will say, oh, well, I can't, I don't need that, it's for another game. Well, in this game, you have the chainsaw, which you can't use because the chainsaw is out of gas. More's the pity. And then later on in other games, you will find other things where a can of gas would be useful, but you don't have the other thing you need to make it useful. So, moving on up. Ah! Ah! And yes, here is one of the bits where you'll need somebody besides Bernard to continue onward. Because Bernard is too frightened of walking tentacles to continue onward. But thankfully, we have a tough metal chick who is hanging around outside. And we will go ahead and give her everything that could be useful for a metalhead-like razor, such as blank tape. And let's see what else we got. And we'll go ahead and give her the bowl of wax fruit. And we will switch to razor and let her move on. Now, oddly enough, despite being very, very female, Razor is not afraid of the tentacle. You can't pass until you feed me. Feed me, Razor! Well, what would a tentacle want to eat? Well, weirdly enough, bowl of wax fruit. Wow, my favorite! That's what I wanted! Now I'm thirsty! Well, yeah, I completely forgot about that part. In case you're wondering why I'm walking all the way back here, we do need to have somebody out front for some reason or another, and you'll find out what that some reason is shortly. But, new kid, Bernard. Let's see, what do we have to drink? The fruit drinks. Get fruit drinks to Razor. Yeah, new kid, Razor. And walk back up. Alright, give fruit drinks to the tentacle. Thanks! And he will walk off and let us pass now. And we don't really need to come into this room, but just so you know we're being completist about it. File drawers, enlarger. Yeah, this is the photo developing room. And the tentacle has now shuffled off back to his room. And we're up on the main family floor now. And you'll note that we have, well, this is Dr. Fred's room, oddly enough. We've got this radio set up here. One poster. Wanted for terrible acts of violence. One murderous purple slimy meteor. If found, call 1977. And we got a dime here. And up above, here's the tentacles room. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm never going to get my band started. My life is going nowhere. I'm never going to amount to anything. Eating all that food didn't even help, well, the one bowl of fruit. The alternative is that you can give him every other bit of food in the house except for the bowl of wax fruit. See Ron Gilbert live at the forum. Yeah, Ron Gilbert in this case being one of the co-designers of this game. We've got a Mondo stereo. Yeah, let's go ahead and read that record. Tentacle mating calls. Go ahead and pick that up. Got a poster of Mom. And now that we're friendly, we can go ahead and take this key. Now we're going to skip these two doors because those are Edna's and Ed's rooms respectively. And this room belongs to, yeah, weirdly if the metal chick is grossed out by these surplus body parts. May 1972 and Ted's Death Day is circled. And in case you're wondering, yeah, Ted's Death Day, well, this is the room of dead cousin Ted, who has a TV inside his sarcophagus, a mummy pinup. And we'll go ahead and use the Hunk-O-Matic machine, so yeah, Razor is totally lifting metal here. Oh, I feel much stronger now! And there is a handicapped accessible bathroom over here. And yep, here is dead cousin Ted, who is blocking for a good time call Edna. Well, I'd really rather not, but got a window out there and a sponge. She'll pick up the sponge, just why not? Can't move it. No, you want to pick up, not pull, push the sponge. And got a sink in a bathroom, and well, let's go ahead and use, just for the heck of it, I do not want to use the cassette tape in the toilet, I want to use the toilet. I'd like a little more privacy for that, of course. And here we have a nice little family portrait of, the Edisons. There's Fred, there's Edna, there's Ed, there's the green tentacle, and man-eating plant. And a typewriter. What are we going to do with the man-eating plant? Well, not much at the moment. And we have this paint blotch, which seems to be covering something up. In order to really do anything with this, we're going to need some of the gear that Bernard has. But for all intents and purposes, we've explored most of the mansion at this point. I think we'll go ahead and switch to Bernard from here. Actually, we need to have Bernard wait outside for a bit longer, probably, so we'll go ahead and meet him part way, and we'll continue on with Razor for a little bit, or have her switch places with him. But while we're here, we'll have her push on the grating because she is now strong enough, having, used the equipment to do that. So we'll go ahead and give yellow key to Bernard. And I think that's all we need to give him out of what we've got. Actually, give him the dime just to be safe. And we'll have Razor stay here. We will switch to Bernard. And next time, we will continue back into the mansion and keep on keeping on. Until then, take care.